Now on CoastTV News.
Referendum rally, Cape Henlopen School District now setting its sights on a second referendum after a failed controversial vote. Swimming safety, a popular swimming spot in Dewey Beach getting a safety upgrade. Street name saga, one private lane in Berlin might finally be getting a name, why some homeowners are simply not a fan of the possible change.
This is CoastTV News at 6.
Referendum round 2. Cape School Board has a date to go back to the drawing board. Good evening. I'm Madeline Overturf.
And I'm Charlie Sakaitis. Welcome to our News at 6. We begin tonight with another attempt from the Cape Henlopen School District to get school projects approved.
This was a quick turnaround for Cape after its referendum failed just last week, if you couldn't believe it. The biggest concern voters expressed was the proposed property tax increase. Also, a lot of people didn't want to see the district build a pool. In the newsroom is CoastTV News anchor Mallory Metzner. People who live there still have questions about how much the referendum would cost them and why all the proposed projects are necessary.
Maddie, according to the school board agenda for next week, the district could vote to hold another referendum in May 2024. We spoke to people in the community today who say they might not have been ready yet to vote on a referendum in March, but they say maybe it'll get a thumbs up from voters next time if certain conditions are met. While it's not clear what will be on the ballot the next time the Cape Henlopen School District goes to referendum, here's what was at stake on March 26th. Voters shot down the district's attempt to build a new district office, transportation facility, and an indoor pool on about 102 acres off Cedar Grove Road. Michael Mitchell thinks the pool drowned out the rest of the district's proposal for many.
First time I voted against it. I felt there was not enough transparency about it with the pool and all that kind of. But if it comes up again, and if it's a little bit more, for the teachers and the students, I'll probably vote yes this time for it.
The district told CoastTV ahead of the vote that 80% of the money generated would have funded safety and security expenses along with school staff salaries. Mitchell says he feels guilty.
You got to pay teachers better. You got to get more facilities, more things for them, and the more the merrier for children. This area is exploding with people and children coming here.
According to the district, that would have cost property owners about 34 cents per $100 of assessed property value for the operating tax. And the total debt service tax increase would have been about 21 cents per $100 of assessed value over 3 years. But Bill Froh from Milton is concerned how much that would cost after Sussex County's reassessment project is complete by 2025.
Heard people say if they just would have broken it out or just waited to see what my assessment is going to be, I think it would have passed, and I've heard that from lots of people.
Both Mitchell and Froh think a different outcome is possible if the pool is separate from the rest of the referendum on the ballot in May. Again, it's not clear yet what Cape's next referendum may hold. The district's Board of Education workshop meeting will be held on Thursday, April 11th at Love Creek Elementary School at 6 p.m. Maddie, Charlie.
Thank you, Mallory. And here's how the votes fell at that last referendum. Over 7,000 voters hit the polls. That's anyone who lives in the Cape District. 3,613 people voted yes for that increase. 4,274 people voted against it. New out of Lewis, the Board of Elections has decided to cancel its municipal election that was set for next month. The election would have determined the 2 city council seats. However, the 2 candidates that filed were deemed eligible, meaning those candidates will fill the open spots by default.
After a whole bunch of debate over plans for a new theater, traffic and parking, ClearSpace sold the property at the top of Rehoboth Avenue to a local realtor. The future of the lot taking shape, the realtor wants to build 3 separate structures, all with stores on the first floor and then apartments on top. The preliminary site plans for this location will be given at the April 11th Planning Commission meeting.
New today, Ocean View police are investigating a deadly fall. Police say 95-year-old Martin Schwartz was found lying on West Avenue in Ocean View just after 10:15 a.m. Upon arrival, police discovered Schwartz had fallen off his tricycle and was suffering from a head injury. The 95-year-old was taken to the hospital where, unfortunately, he passed away. Police say they first looked into it and it suggests that Schwartz wasn't in a car crash of any sort, like a car didn't hit him or knock him over, but they are asking anybody who has information, please contact them. We have some key updates you want to keep in mind if you are heading to Dewey Beach. According to the town, Dewey will not be selling any parking permits for trailers this year. Both trailers or boat trailers, they won't be allowed to park in public spaces in town. Also, Dewey says permits will be valid everywhere except coin meters. If you're visiting for the day, hourly parking will cost $3.50 per hour. The town says you can park by the hour anywhere in town.
Staying in Dewey Beach, here's an update on the town paving project. The town says paving of state-owned streets is scheduled to begin on April 15th. Work is going to start at the second block of Chesapeake Street and continue down Bayard Ave to Bellevue Street. The town does say that contractors have a hard stop date of May 3rd. Paving will resume after Labor Day. No parking signs will be placed on affected streets the day before that paving is set to begin.
Worcester County Commissioners have discussed the possibility of naming what's now a nameless road off of South Point Road in the Berlin area. This is after concerns that first responders couldn't find the homes there. But some neighbors brought up to commissioners that adding an entirely new street would be the hassle of new addresses. Though we did speak to one homeowner who lives there and thinks adding a name is a no-brainer.
Fire department, if there's ever something serious that needs to go down, that's probably, if they're not familiar, they're going to pass it. So I think it'd definitely be a good idea for everybody to name it. Why not?
The commissioners will continue to discuss whether or not to add that name to the road or just to require every house to clearly display the numbers on their home, and that wouldn't require any address change.
New today, the first state getting closer and closer to the goal of planting 1 million trees. According to the Delaware Department of Agriculture, 7 new projects are going to add 35,000 trees. That's going to take the total planted number up to 200,000 by the end of 2024. Through this initiative, state agencies will work with conservation partners to support tree planting projects throughout the state. The Center for the Inland Bays in Georgetown and Lewis is just one of the 7 organizations that received funding. In fiscal year 2023, the state says nearly 11,000 trees were planted on 27 acres through this funding.
The town of Georgetown wants to hear from you. There will soon be a public hearing on proposed plans to build a solar farm at the Sussex Sports Complex. The plans include building a solar energy facility at Murray Lane. And if you want to take a look at those plans ahead of the public hearing on April 22nd, just head over to Town Hall.
Did you feel anything this morning? A 4.8 earthquake struck the East Coast this morning with a center near White House Station, New Jersey. Here you can see the UN headquarters in New York City, where debate was briefly held up as the room shook. The tremor could be felt across the East Coast, even including areas near Newcastle County. And actually, I was just online. I'm seeing there are some reports of an aftershock right now from a number of people, so we'll be keeping an eye on that.
We will keep you updated on that as we are taking a live look right now into live conditions into Lewis. Our first alert, Chief Meteorologist Paul Williams joins us now with a look at our forecast. Good evening, Paul.
Good evening. As we begin to take a look at what's happening with our Hershey's exterior, we're Ocean City holding at about 52 degrees right now. Still a couple of sprinkles here and there, but you can see the water's becoming a little bit on the rough side and kind of give you a scaling. This is a building, the fence and all that. And so these waves are actually a little bit on the high side. So be mindful of that when we're talking about those small craft advisories. These waves are actually very ominous and could be dangerous very quickly. Now, we are looking for the sprinkles to hang around to perhaps like 8 o'clock and then partly cloudy skies after that. But the small craft advisory will stay active along the Sussex County coast until 10 o'clock for Saturday. Now, we do have some rain that's pushing across along with this. So we're looking at the wind staying active from Ocean City all the way down towards Chincoteague as well. But the majority of the sprinkles that we're monitoring right now is falling down towards Ocean Pines and Salisbury. But we're seeing more of a break happening up towards Milford and the central portions of the county. Now, coming up, we are going to talk in a little more detail on what's happening with our weekend weather, because it's the wind that's going to change how you feel all weekend long, Charlie.
Thank you, Paul. Along the coast over in Lewis, the city is continuing to nail down potential environmental regulations for wetland buffers. According to the Delaware Center for the Inland Bays, both tidal and non-tidal wetlands provide valuable services, including storm and flood protection, along with water quality improvement. Officials will continue to talk about creating an ordinance for wetlands within the city at the upcoming Environmental Subcommittee. This meeting is slated for next Monday. That's going to happen at 11:30 a.m.
Like many towns in Sussex County, Selbyville has announced its spring hydrant flushing dates. The town says flushing will start next Monday between 8 and 4 p.m. If you have any discolored water, all you need to do is let your faucet run for just a few minutes.
Homes and businesses in Millsboro are going to be getting some new high-tech water meters. The town says the installation will be done in phases. Town officials say smart meters allow for wireless reading transmissions. That actually helps customers monitor their water usage online and even detect early leaks. They say installations do require indoor access and are expected to be completed within 2 hours. Owners can schedule their installation appointments through the town hall.
New from BB Healthcare, the hospital is hosting a workshop for community members to navigate making medical decisions. The workshop will shed light on the importance of establishing advanced healthcare directives. In a nutshell, it's a workshop you want to attend to learn if you make healthcare choices, who you want to make those for you if you can't do so yourself. You can receive free on-site support and guidance there. That workshop is taking place April 30th at the South Coastal Library in Bethany Beach. And we have a lot more news to get to this evening.
Let's take a look at it. We're going to be taking a look at how you can volunteer and join a volunteer effort to clean up Cape Henlopen State Park.
And we're watching out for cutting cold winds in the morning as we drop into the 30s for the next 3 mornings in a row. But fear not, warmer conditions are on the way for next week. More on that in a moment.
Swim zone extended. What prompted a change in Dewey Beach? We have that story for you in just 60 seconds.
I'm attorney Ben Schwartz. My client was on a ladder at work, fell off, and got injured. I helped him bring a workers' comp claim. We got his medical expenses covered, lost wages paid, and even got him a large cash settlement for his permanent functional impairment. If you've been injured in a work accident, give me a call. Let me see if I can help you too. Tip the scales of justice in your favor. Call Schwartz & Schwartz today.
In 1924, my grandfather, J. Con Scott, decided to start a life in the furniture business. I'm proud to say that as the third generation, we celebrate our 100-year anniversary. From a humble small-town furniture store to an interior design destination, with 35,000 square feet in Selbyville and our newest location in Rehoboth Beach. J. Con Scott celebrating our 100-year anniversary.
This is Coast TV News at 6.
In just about a month or two, Dewey Beach is going to be packed with visitors. And in order to keep people safe, the town made the decision to further extend the swimming area on Van Dyke Bayside. The town says boats were getting a little too close to swimmers in the water.
Coast TV News reporter Elisa Weber shows us how far out this new rule will push boats and why the decision gives people peace of mind.
Dula Naros and his family spend a lot of time at Dewey Beach. Naros says his kids enjoy swimming in the bay at Van Dyke Avenue, but he has worried about their safety.
Especially in the summertime, the kids like to play here and swim out there. And there are times I've seen jet skis and boats come in a little bit too close, and it's been concerning.
Which is why about 3 years ago, the town decided to rope off 3/4 of the water by the marina and the beach for a swimming area. But the town says over time, it's noticed boats creeping closer to swimmers.
And it's a very hazardous condition when you have boats and swimmers in the same area.
This summer, the town will extend that swimming area from the bulkhead of the marina to the Lighthouse restaurant. Naros says this change is necessary.
Boaters can't always see swimmers in the water. It's pretty difficult, and you can easily be distracted, and I'd hate to see something bad happen.
And the town says it's
trying to keep the people safe here in Dewey Beach.
The town of Dewey Beach says during the summertime, about 100 people come to this beach here on Van Dyke Bayside. So deciding to push boats further out into the water, make sure that all beachgoers and swimmers have a safe time. In Dewey Beach, I'm Elisa Weber, Coast TV News.
I'm not saying the winds over the weekend will ruin your outdoor plans, but if you don't dress for it, you're going to be sorry, because along with the sprinkles. And by the way, you can keep up with the winds with our weather line at 443-880-9100, sponsored by Baird, Mandelas, Brockstedt, and Federico.
Drop into riches at Ocean Downs with Pinko. Sundays, Wednesdays, and Saturdays, 10 hourly winners will drop a puck to win boatloads of free play. Plus, get a finalist entry for our grand finale drawing on April 28th. Ocean Downs Casino, where the fun shines.
Here at Delaware Electric Cooperative, we don't have customers, we have members. Those we power own the cooperative and are entitled to all of its profits. Because we're a not-for-profit, we are focused on service. That's why our electric rates are the lowest in the region and why our employee family continues to achieve record reliability. Like the farmers who founded our co-op in the 1930s, we believe everyone is entitled to quality electric service. Member built, member owned. That's the DEC difference.
16 years ago, we founded Community Bank Delaware with the goal of providing high-quality banking services to our local community. Here you meet with decision makers, people just like you who live in and love this community. We provide the newest banking technologies to our customers, supported by our local team of banking professionals. Our bank serves clients throughout Sussex County, and we continue to grow, all thanks to you. Community Bank Delaware, where community matters.
Did you Boscov today? Shop a different deal each day and save an extra 20% off our lowest sale prices, plus a special bonus buy each week with any $10 purchase online or in store. Sunny spring separates for Missies and Petites, $14.99 to $24.99. Men's super soft solid polos from Chaps, $15.99. Ladies summer sandals and comfort casuals, $29.99 to $39.99. This week, register to win a free pair of shoes from JBU.
Did you Boscov today? On the next wheel.
I am married to my unicorn husband.
What uniform is your husband?
Unicorn.
I just almost thanked a unicorn for his service.
Friday at 7 on CoastTV.
Our soldiers are heroes who protect our country. But when they come home, it's up to us to help our heroes. Now, during FH First Spring Into Giving campaign, for every $29 cooling system tune-up we perform, we'll donate that amount directly to Wounded Warrior Project. FH Fur Plumbing, Heating, Air Conditioning, and Electrical. Call 877-CALL-FUR or visit FHFur.com to schedule your $29 cooling system tune-up. And use hashtag SpringIntoGiving to share how you're giving back.
The winds are not going to be, well, our friend over the next few mornings. You see, with the temperatures dropping into the 30s and the winds picking up out of the northwest, that's going to make for a bundle-up morning for Saturday, Sunday, and more than likely Monday as well. Speaking of Monday, that's when the eclipse hits, and don't forget to utilize your phone and to scan the solar eclipse special QR code that we have here in the corner. Listen, this particular code is going to help you to see when it's great to see the eclipse from our vantage point, not just a national standpoint, but specifically from our standpoint, from your neighborhood, because of the locator on the app. So be sure you scan that. You're going to want that so you can have the best day on that Monday. So our dry tech camera, we're at 50 degrees in Ocean City, and we're still a bit on the chilly side. The winds are out of the north at 16 miles per hour, and it's not a welcoming wind. It's a little offsetting, okay, at the very least. Listen, the sprinkles that we're dealing with should come to an end right about 7:30, 8 o'clock at the very latest, and then we'll fall into the mid 40s. Here's a look at that line of rain that's falling its way from the north to the south. Now, this is enough rain to make it wet, along with the winds, to make it a very uncomfortable, clammy kind of a feel. But I don't see accumulations becoming a concern for us. The winds are the big deal. We have small craft advisories that will stay in effect along the Sussex County shore or coast until 10 o'clock Saturday. So we're going to deal with these winds Saturday, pretty much Sunday and Monday too. But we do have the active small craft advisory along the entire coastal portions of the Delmarva Peninsula. And so that we're looking at winds moving at about 20 to 30 miles per hour along with this rain. So the last remnants of this rain is going to stop, but we're looking for this freckled kind of pattern really for the next couple of days in a row. But that kind of goes with springtime weather. We're at 49 to 48 degrees, depending on exactly where you are, with the exceptions being Seaford and Milford. when they're at about 50. But look at these winds out of the northwest. That's a cutting breeze in Milford at about 14 miles per hour and 13 mile per hour winds for us at Indian River Inlet. So when you combine those winds, this is what it actually feels like. Instead of feeling like 50, it actually feels like 45 in Milford. Just an example of how quickly those temperatures can drop as far as how it feels on your skin. Now, quick note. The big story is going to be how it feels in the morning. So I'm going to go ahead and do the spoiler part of the forecast. It's going to feel like 34 degrees on Saturday. It's going to feel like 34 degrees on Sunday. And it's going to feel like 35 degrees on Monday morning. So even though the afternoons are going to be bright and sunny, and it might even be sunny in the morning time, don't let that fool you. It's still going to be chilly. So if you're going to plan your run in the morning time, remember, we got winds coming in at about 10 to 14 miles per hour with temperatures in the 40s, but feeling like the 30s, okay? So Saturday morning, where you actually have the temperatures in the 30s, going to feel even colder than that. And then for Saturday afternoon, here's that freckle pattern that I'm talking about for Milford, Long Neck, and Fenwick Island at 3 o'clock. Then it's gone. Then stick around for a long period of time. Sunday, same situation, 37 degrees, for example, 41 along the coast, but it'll push it up to about 50. Sunday's going to feel a little bit better than Saturday, so that's helpful. But look at these wind gusts. We're looking at winds out of the northwest, 34 mile per hour wind gusts on Saturday afternoon. And then on Sunday, the winds are pouring out of the north up to like 26 miles per hour. And so with the winds coming out of the north and it being a relatively dry wind, really not helping. Our sneezecast, we're going to have high amounts of trees for that, so that's why you're sneezing. And remember, we have our solar eclipse in 3 days. Here's a look at your Paul Davis Restoration Home Remodeling Extended Forecast.
Paul, thank you. Speaking of the eclipse, Monday we have live coverage beginning at 2 p.m. Lester Holt will anchor a 2-hour special with over a dozen reporters from all over the U.S. Heading to the coast, the Friends of Cape Henlopen State Park are inviting people to join them in an upcoming Trails Day event. Set for next Saturday, volunteers will help clean up vegetation and trash. Folks can meet at 8:45 a.m. in the Gordon's Pond parking lot in Rehoboth if you want to help out. Make sure to dress for the weather and bring a bag for collected trash. And if needed, cleanup tools will be supplied.
And here's another cleanup event to put on your calendar, the annual Earth Day Bay to Beach cleanup in Fenwick Island. That's soon approaching, scheduled for Saturday, April 20th. Locals encouraged to gather at Town Hall at 8:30 a.m. for refreshments, some educational materials, an appreciation gift, and cleanup materials. The cleanup will be held until 10 a.m.
Moving to sports, two of the best local baseball teams battle under the lights, while the area's top basketball star needs a home. Here's DSN's Tim Nolan.
The Delmarva Sports Network from the Wawa Studios.
Yeah, like it or not, this is the current state of college athletics. And UMES men's basketball's 7th player to enter the portal hits close to home. Y-High grad Antoine Wilson is leaving Princess Anne. Maryland's top high school scorer from 2 seasons ago leaves the program after just his freshman year. Wilson scored a game-high 11 points against D3 Clark Summit and appeared in 15 contests throughout the year. Wilson received a full scholarship to play for the Hawks and now joins 5 former teammates in the portal. Devon Ellis is already committed to Valparaiso. Up in the pros, the Orioles and Ravens are donating $5 million each to the Key Bridge Emergency Fund. It's a nice compliment to the O's early on-field success, a 4-2 start on the diamond this season. Baltimore is currently playing its road opener against the Pirates. And tune into our game of the night at the top of the hour. Parkside takes on Del Mar in the bi-state rivalry at Arthur Purdue Stadium. Both schools are currently undefeated to start the year. First pitch in that one set for 7 p.m. tonight. That is for sports. Have a great night, everybody.
Get ready for 4 days of fun in the sun at SpringFest. Enjoy amazing food, live entertainment, unique artisan products, and more. With over 200 artisan vendors, local food, and enhanced selections of beer and wine, don't miss this free event located at the Ocean City Inlet from May 2nd through the 5th. SpringFest features 2 stages and more than 30 live performances, including headliners, The Olivia Show, a tribute to Olivia Newton-John, country music sensation Lauren Elena, and alternative rock band Everclear. Don't miss out. Get all the details at ococean.com/SpringFest.
WRDE First Alert Weather, brought to you by Ocean City, Maryland.
What parent doesn't want the best for their kids?
Kids always want the best.
Tillman Orthodontics makes it possible.
We'll reach out to your insurance for you
And provide interest-free in-house financing.
Free financing for my whole treatment.
Parents love free financing.
And we make it fun for kids too.
It's actually fun here.
We have a movie theater.
Jamie makes me laugh.
You could say our patients come here for the smiles.
Call Tillman Orthodontics for your free consultation with free digital x-rays. It's easier than you think.
Toyota is going all wheels in with fantastic deals on thousands of in-stock Toyotas ready for delivery. So visit your local dealer today for adventure-ready trucks with legendary reliability. Check out the all-new 24 Tacoma or get low 1.99 APR on a full-size Tundra. Get fantastic deals when you go all wheels in on your new Toyota. Let's go places.
For every season, every weather moment, stay ahead with the CoastTV First Alert Weather Phone. Just call 443-880-9100. Your forecast just a call away. Sponsored by the law offices of Baird, Mandalas, Brockstead, and Federico. NBC Nightly News. Weeknights at 6:30 on CoastTV.
My daughter was beginning to struggle with substance use disorder. Felt like somebody cut my heart out. Her dream was to open a house to help other women recover. When we do our groundbreaking, I hear like at 6:30 in the morning. Nobody's here except one guy in a suit walking through the field. He says, Kevin, David Trone, nice to meet you. For every person who is suffering from substance use disorder, there is no bigger champion.
I'm David Trone, and I approve this message.
Download the free CoastTV First Alert Weather app today.
Our dry take camera in Ocean City, we're looking at overcast conditions. We're holding at about 50 degrees, but it doesn't feel like 50 because we have winds out of the north at 16 miles per hour. Oh, dress for the cold feel. Finally, here's a look at your exclusive 10-day forecast. 54 on Saturday and Sunday, but on the big eclipse day, we're looking at 63 degrees and then 74 by Tuesday. And that's where the temperature should be, don't you think?
I think so. I think Charlie and I are both looking at that Tuesday and...
Yeah, that's the day I'm focused on, really. For more news, for more local weather, download our Coast TV News app.
The NBC Nightly News, that's happening up next.
And we're going to see you later tonight for Coast TV News at 11. Have a great evening.